Okay.
Okay, 3½ cups of beef broth. Also, you could get low sodium, but why?
Why? I mean, there are people who have low sodium diets and it helps them stay alive, so that's probably a good thing for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a why.
Okay.
Cheers again.
Cheers again. Ching ching.
We should really be drinking Tanqueray and tonics.
Oh, yeah.
And smoking Salem Long Light.
Uh-huh.
Again, why?
So what we're going to do next is I will be forming the meatballs into small balls around the size of golf balls while we bring the broth to a full boil. And then I'm going to roll the meatballs in flour. I've got a little plate to
Things
set
get
them on.
interesting when the blender comes in.
Right.
Yeah, here's the plate. So you're going to do the meatballs?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, I can.
Yeah.
I have the clean hands.
Mine are clean too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, define clean. No, okay, I'm going to wash them.
Yeah. So this is the exciting part. So while I'm doing this, you want to maybe talk about what your experience with cooking is for different people?
Okay, I will. So I was dating Christopher Reeve's younger brother. Younger, also very good looking, not so smart.
Ooh.
Apologies. I mean, he went to Middlebury, but he just did not seem smart. We met because we took summer jobs as landscapers in Williamstown one summer. And he was a really nice guy. And so I was hanging out at Christopher's house a lot. And I don't think it was my birthday, but it was fall, because I always want to make this in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of our turn to cook. And Christopher was really nice about letting us hang out there. But every now and then he really appreciated a home-cooked meal. And first let me say that Christopher Reeves is a lovely person.
Was.
Was. He also had really bad back knee. So bad. There's got to be some story there, because he was an adult. He had 2 children. I can't remember how old he would have been, but anyway.
I will tell you that, one of the surprises for me in growing older is that I could have gray hair and zits at the same time. Just throw that in there.
I don't understand.
I did not think that was possible, and I don't think it's right, so.
I know Dad had a pimple once when he was in his 50s. We were living in Montclair, and Mom said he called in sick to work.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So made this dish for Christopher, and Jeff was helping me, and usually I get somewhat lost within the recipe. That is a tradition. Red wine goes really well with this meal, and I often like to have a little bit of it while I'm cooking. So it's always an event, but there were no trips to the store this time. But we were sitting around a table, and Chris had already met his wife. He had brought her home just, I don't know, a couple weeks before. They had really hit it off at a party, and he brought her home. This isn't G-rated, is it, this story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, he brought Dana home, and Jeff and I were spending the night in Jeff's room, which was right over the backyard, and Christopher's hot tub was down there.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and the night that he brought Dana back, their first experience, I think, together.
And by experience, you mean?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
It's like 2 in the morning after the run of a play that they were in at the Williamstown Theater Festival.
Right.
And we were woken up by the sounds of splash, splash, like splash, splash. Ah! She was quite an actress, though. It was just terrible, because now they've died, and they were lovely people.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope their children would never watch this, and I assume they won't. Anyway, I'm going about the meal, and Chris started talking, though, about his older brother. And something about the lamb and the rice and the wine and the cold weather outside. And he said, wow, this really reminds me of the last time I think I had a lamb dinner with a lot of family around. I think it was a Thanksgiving. He said that he and his brother, I think his older brother's name was, I can't remember. He had two half-brothers named Matt and Jeff. I can't remember the other brother.
Not Mutt.
Not Mutt and Jeff, but Matt and Jeff, yeah. That wasn't good planning. Anyway, he told a story, though, that he had gone out hunting with his brother on this Thanksgiving, and that while they were out hunting, he thought to himself, wow, I'm standing in front of my brother who has a loaded weapon, has a rage issue, and has been drinking. And he said he actually remembered, like, stepping backwards through the woods a little bit and going to go stand closer to his brother so that he would not possibly be shot by him. And he said he wasn't kidding. Oh, I think his name was Ben. He said he wasn't kidding at all. He absolutely thought there could be like a sibling rivalry moment.
Fratricide?
Fratricide. Yeah, and that story always stuck with me. But also, Chris loved lasagna cooking. Loved it.
All right, so...
got a boil.
Huh?
Got a boil.
All right, so we have a boil.
Right here on my back. Can you...
Yeah, I'll take care of it later, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. So cover and boil. Let's see. Add lamb balls one by one so the broth never stops boiling.
Good job on
Okay.
Good job on the lamb balls.
So go ahead and do that. So let's see.
I'm pretty good at this part.
Cover and boil slowly. So then, go ahead and turn it down so it's this roiling boil. Beat the 2 remaining eggs and lemon juice very thoroughly. I do this in a blender. Then add to them, while continuing to beat or blend, a couple of ladlesfuls of the broth in from the pot. And that's a really important part to make sure that it doesn't break or curdle. And so we'll be careful doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got this cool old robot blender that I've got, so I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 eggs and lemon juice in there.
Bob, this pot is bigger than, or wider than traditionally used.
Right.
So the broth isn't covering the meatballs. Think that's okay? Or should we add more broth?
I would add more broth.
Mom never really followed recipes that much.
Yeah, so you mentioned the first book that she had. This is the one that really, Impromptu Cooking is the one that for us, I think really kind of transformed our family, because it's all about how to, first of all, set up your kitchen so that you have the things you need, that you can go ahead and throw things together.
That part of the book.
So you can actually throw things together. And so, it's funny because even, my son, our kids today are good at going to a kitchen and seeing what's there and throwing things together. And so it's kind of a neat tradition that we've been able to have going. So I have the 2 eggs and the lemon juice, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there and get that going.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Just keep rocking, rolling.
Okay. And so that needs to cook for about 20 minutes. So I think we're going to give you guys a break while we cook a little bit longer. And when you see us a little bit, we will have, I think, cooked meatballs.